Hello students, I hope you must have thought of sixth state of matter. We will talk about it in the meet. I am pretty sure you must have done the prior knowledge test too. Let us start with our second unit, Is Matter Around Us Pure? Copy these learning objectives in your journal. In this unit, we are going to learn about distinguishing between a compound and a mixture. We are going to learn to identify the given mixture and state its properties. We are going to explain a particular technique with its principle and practical application to separate a given mixture. We are going to learn about concept of solubility, and we are going to learn about selecting appropriate technique to separate the given mixture. Also, distinguishing between physical and chemical changes. As the unit name has the term pure in it, what do we mean by the term pure? In general, pure means which appears clean or clear. But in terms of chemistry, it means made up of one type of particles. So we can classify matter on two bases, in which physical state they exist and on the basis of its chemical composition. On the basis of chemical composition, we can have pure substances which are made up of same type of particles and impure substances which are made up of two or more than two types of particles. Pure substances are further classified as elements and compounds, and impure substances are called as mixtures which are further homogeneous or heterogeneous. Elements can be further classified as metals, non-metals and metalloids. So now let us discuss about compounds and mixtures. Compounds are the pure substances made up of two or more than two different types of elements chemically combined in a fixed ratio. You have learnt about compounds in your earlier grades also. Just now I told you the definition of compounds, that they are made up of two or more than two different types of elements. But still we keep it or we call it as pure substance. Think about this and tell me the reason why. Compounds are always homogeneous. When a compound is formed, two or more than two elements lose their properties and the resulting compound has new set of properties. To separate the compounds, we need to perform a chemical change or a chemical reaction. Whereas, on the other side or on the contrary, mixtures are the physical combination of either elements or compounds or both in any ratio. They can be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Each component of the mixture retain its properties. For example, air, you already know that air is a mixture of gases and each gas shows its properties in the air. For example, oxygen of the air is used for burning of fuels. Physical processes are required or can be used to separate the given components of the mixture. Now let us study the different types of mixtures. Mixtures can be further classified as homogeneous and heterogeneous. Homogeneous mixtures are uniform throughout, that is, they appear same throughout. Heterogeneous mixtures are non-uniform. There are two types of heterogeneous mixtures, colloids and suspension. Colloids appear to be homogeneous but are heterogeneous. The most common colloid is milk. Let us study the characteristics of these mixtures. The first characteristic is particle size. For the true solutions, the particle size is less than 1 nanometer. For colloids, the particle size is 1 to 100 nanometer. And for suspension, the particle size is bigger than 100 nanometers. Since true solution particles are so small, we are not able to see them in the mixture. Colloids also, since the particle size is bigger than solution but smaller than suspension, they are not visible to our naked eyes. But in suspension, we can clearly see the two components of the mixture because the particle size is very, very big. In this figure, we can see the Tyndall effect. When the light beam is passed through the mixtures, we observe that through the true solution, the light is not observed or the path of the light is not seen, whereas colloid in suspension, the path of the light is visible. This is because the particle size is big enough to scatter the light. Now let us study the stability of the mixture. When we keep the three types of mixture for some time undisturbed, we observe that a true solution remains as it is. It does not separate into two layers. Such a mixture is called stable. Same thing is observed in case of colloid. But in case of suspension, the components of the mixture separate into two layers. The heavier component settles down at the bottom. We call such mixture or suspension as unstable. The last characteristic is regarding filtration. True solutions and colloids, when we filter them, we cannot separate the two components of these mixtures. But definitely for suspension, filtration technique can be used as the separation technique because the particles of the suspension are big enough and they cannot pass through the pores of the filter paper. Hence, they get collected as the residue. This table gives you an overall view of the characteristics of different types of solutions. You can compare the size, filtrability, settling or stability, visibility of the particles, separation techniques and diffusion. On these 6 particular characteristics, we can study true solution, colloids and suspension. Besides this video, there are 2 more links provided in the class task document. The first link is the experiment to differentiate between compounds and mixtures, and the second link explains the types of mixtures further. Observe these videos also and then attempt the class task. Thank you and happy learning.